you say? That you only meant well, 'cause you did what you say. That it's all for the best, 'cause it is.
You're welcome, Internet. Welcome to General Hospital MV, my GH After Show. First of all, I hope you guys are all enjoying your Labor Day long weekend. We got lots to talk about today, so let's just cut right into it, starting with Valerie and Kristina. So Kristina kinda tricked Valerie into going into lesbian night at the floating rib. Valerie wasn't too broken up about it. She was just like, well, hey, if you're okay with a straight girl crashing the party, then I'm down to stay. And you could literally hear the weeps of the Kristina and Valerie fans hearing the word straight come from Valerie's mouth. And then Parker shows up to the floating rib, and she's got a date playing pool with her, and then Valerie was like, let's give this girl something to talk about, and pulled Kristina into a hot steamy kiss. And ooh, if looks could kill, Kristina and Valerie would be dead. Can I just say that Valerie, when she first came on, was hated by a lot of people. For the record, I was not one of them. But look at her now. She is the ride or die chick that you want in your corner. The ultimate wingman. Valerie is badass. She is like the most Spencer on the show right now. Clearly she gets it from her mother or her Aunt Bobby. Speaking of Bobby, with the help of Felicia, she found some information out about Nelle Benson, or should I say Janelle Benson. You know, I feel like if Felicia just went on like Spider Finder and typed in Nelle Benson, it would have that little pop-up that says, did you mean Janelle Benson? And click, and they would have found the article a lot sooner. So the information that Felicia found out about Nelle was that she had a former fiance who died in a mysterious way. It appeared to be some kind of boating accident, but I guess there were some suspicious things about it that made it look like it was possibly murder, but there wasn't enough evidence to prove things one way or another. However, I guess the family of the fiance don't believe that he died by accident. I guess her fiance had changed his will so that she was a part of it and she would have inherited a big fortune, but her family stopped that because they are convinced that she killed him. Personally, I don't think she killed him. I think Nelle is definitely a schemer, but that's a far stretch from murderer. On top of this, Nelle is currently in Morocco with Nina and Dylan. They were doing a photo shoot, and in the midst of it, the sapphires that were for one of the models disappeared. Nelle was technically the last ones to see them. She was wearing them as a joke while Dylan took pictures, and when she put them away, no one was watching her, so she looks very suspicious. And clearly she is suspect number one. I feel like we are seeing this story over and over again on this show this year. Let me know if this sounds familiar. It is the story of a former bad guy that the writers have been trying to redeem for a while, getting blamed for a crime that they really look like they committed, but they probably didn't commit it. You know, it's the last 6 storylines that Valentin has had. Well, at least it's not him this time. Oh, wait, yeah it is. Looks like he is suspect number 2 for the theft. Seriously you guys, like, move on. This back and forth with these bad guy turned good guy characters is driving me nuts, and I'm sure I'm not the only one that feels that way. Y'all do it with Valentin, now you're doing it with Nelle, you do it with Franco. Make them good or make them bad, just stop trying to like confuse the audience. It's not endearing, it's annoying. Anyway, so how Valentin gets suckered into the story is that he went to Morocco to meet up with Nina to get her answer of whether she wanted to get back together with him or not. Her answer was yes, they slept together, and then the sapphire theft happened, and then he mysteriously vanishes. And I suppose if you only watch those Morocco scenes, you'd be confused as to how Valentin even is a suspect in the viewer's eyes. Perhaps it's the editing and timing, but Anna right now is looking into a mysterious jewel that was found in the Cassadine compound. She suspected that Valentin may have something to do with it, but first Anna has to rule out whether or not Hayden has anything to do with the diamond. Earlier in the character's history, she was involved with some diamonds that belonged to her father, Raymond Berlin. There were some questions as to it was one of the diamonds that perhaps wasn't turned into the authorities after that situation was over and done with. So she and Finn go to Raymond Berlin in jail to see if he will speak about it. He's fearful that it might get him into more trouble than he already is in, but at the same time, I don't think the diamond actually belongs to him. Finn was only there because he just wants to find Hayden at this point. Unfortunately for Finn, Raymond doesn't know much about where she would go either. On the plus side, Finn got a call from Curtis, who has been searching for Hayden, and apparently he has found her. Now I'm not sure if this means that we're gonna see Hayden at least one more time. I really hope we do. If they're really putting an end to this couple that I loved so much, then I better get a scene that was better than her just walking out of the office and not saying anything to him. Moving on, Maxie Jones is back in town permanently. She took a one-way flight back to Port Charles. She is is there forever now, hopefully. But thanks to Felicia, Maxie found out that Amy and Nathan had been spending a lot of time together and that it was very suspicious. She told Maxie that they were last seen at the Metrocourt Hotel, so Maxie did some sleuthing and found their room. Nathan and Amy were actually there doing some promotions for Man Landers, but when she was spying on them, it looked very suspicious, so Maxie confronted them and thinking that they had an affair, slapped the both of them silly. But they decided to come clean with the fact that Nathan and Amy are Ask Man Landers. Once Maxie learns the reasons why Nathan is posing as Ask Man Landers, she's okay with it. She's annoyed with it, but she's okay with it, and agrees to keep the secret. Finally, the scenes play out where Sonny is now trying to officially get himself out of the mob. He meets up with the 5 families, decides he's gonna split his, business between the 5 families. Jason was actually there with him as moral support. It seemed quick and easy. Too quick and easy. Of course, one of the mobsters was not happy about the fact that Sonny was splitting it this way and not just giving it to one or the other. Jason had already left at this point, but I guess when Sonny didn't answer his phone, his spider senses were tingling. Jason makes his way back to the warehouse and points a gun at the soon-to-be dead guy. It was a very tricky situation. The guy had Max as a hostage and Sonny was pretty helpless. When Sonny and Jason tried to take control of the situation, Sam shows up. The guy tries to point the gun at Sam and suddenly,
what you say?
Jason was shot. Or was he Jason at all? This week was also filled with hints and hints that he may not be Jason, mostly through editing and really subtle lines like, Jason will always be Jason. Another riveting line from the General Hospital scriptwriters. All signs point to Franco's imaginary friend that may not be so imaginary. So yes, even Steve Burton's return is all about Franco somehow. Heyo, here we go! That was a Lady Gaga reference. I'm wearing the Joanne t-shirt. I went to the concert, it was fun. Anyway, I don't know how to feel about General Hospital this week. There, some parts I liked, like Kristina and Valerie. Even the Morocco scenes were pretty fun until that jewel theft. But anyway, let me know what you thought about this week's shows. How do you guys feel about the whole Jason not being Jason thing? I really want to know. Anyway, if you like this video, give it a big old thumbs up, and you can subscribe to my channel if you want to. I do these videos every Sunday. And with that, I will catch you guys next week. See you later.
What you say?